Hello, and welcome back to our morning devotionals. My name is Shani Campbell. I'm the pastor at South Pleasant Grove United Methodist Church, and glad to have you with us here on our Easter season. And I hope you all enjoyed our Lenten journey and had a wonderful Easter holiday. And so now we're ready to move into what we call Easter tide. And I thought we would continue this spiritual formation um, kind of emphasis, and we will be using Dallas Willard and Jan Johnson's book. It's there on your screen, The Renovation of the Heart in Daily Practice. And these are experiments in spiritual transformation. And so, I love prayer experiments. So this kind of goes along with that. And the chapters are super short. And so I'm just going to read some of these. There's 61. We probably won't get to all of them. And I'm not sure about the frequency yet. I'm kind of thinking a Monday, Wednesday, Friday rhythm as we come out of our daily Lenten practices. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. But this is chapter 1 entitled Kingdom Possibilities. When we open ourselves to the New Testament writings and absorb our minds and hearts in one of the Gospels or in letters such as Ephesians or First Peter, we get the impression we are looking into another world and another life. It is a divine world and a divine life. Leaping out from the pages are amazing promises to those who give their life to this new world through their confidence in Jesus. For example, Jesus said that those who give themselves to him will receive, quote, living water, end quote, the Spirit of God himself. He will keep them from ever again being thirsty, being driven and ruled by unsatisfied desires. See John 4:14. Indeed, they will receive rivers of living water flowing from the center of their life to a thirsty world. And that's from John 7:38. Paul prayed that believers will, quote, know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge, so they may be filled with all the fullness of God, by the power at work within us that is able to accomplish abundantly far more than all we can ask or imagine. And that's Ephesians 3:19 through 20. It's on your screen as a paraphrase. Peter said that those who love and trust Jesus will rejoice with an indescribable and glorious joy, with genuine mutual love pouring from their hearts, ridding themselves of all malice and all guile, insincerity, evil, and all slander. As if that weren't enough, these believers would silence scoffers of the way of Christ by simply doing what is right and casting all their anxieties upon God, because he cares for us. Ordinary people have entered this kingdom of God and are entering this divine world and divine life even now. It is a world that seems open to us and beckons us to enter. We feel its call. Often we say nobody's perfect. We don't say this just when someone fails, but also when we run up against the Bible's description of the kingdom personality of genuine mutual love that is free of all malice, etc. Perhaps we rush to say it because we feel inadequate compared to such love. But what if we don't make that description about us, focusing on our shortcomings, but instead linger on the beauty of God and God's kingdom? Is it possible we rush to say nobody's perfect because we've met so few people who show genuine love and move through life without superiority, insensitivity, or gossip? Maybe we have met a few but didn't notice the beauty of their Christlikeness. Instead, we were impressed by other things, their ability to quote Bible verses or answer questions about world religions. Those who speak articulately about the Bible may draw our attention more than those who live a transformed life. Try picturing this hypothetical moment of dwelling on the beauty of God and the kingdom life. Let's say I confess to you my disgust with someone who annoyed me and how hopeless I felt about ever loving this person. What if instead of trying to make me feel better by saying, well, nobody's perfect, you said that you believed in God's power to transform me into a radical person who pays loving attention to those who annoy me? What if you prayed for me about this? What if later that day you encountered an annoying person and, without thinking, treated that person with kindness and attentiveness? But partly because of the transforming effect of our conversation about the kingdom personality. Okay, and so here's today's experiment. Read slowly these phrases describing the kingdom life and personality. And so if you want, you can screenshot this where you can go over this again and again later today. But I'm going to read them slowly and just think about them. To know the love of Christ that surpasses knowledge. To be filled with all the fullness of God. Power at work within us. Able to accomplish abundantly far more than we can ask or imagine. Rejoice with an indescribable and glorious joy. Genuine mutual love pouring from their hearts. And finally, without malice, guile, insincerity, envy, or slander. And to all those phrases that describe kingdom life and personality, may we say, Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And I'll let that be our closing prayer. Well, have a great weekend. And if you want, I would love to see you at South Pleasant Grove United Methodist Church this weekend. We have Sunday worship right after the ringing of the bell at 10:45. We're at 5671 Crossland Road in Hazel, Kentucky. And we have Sunday school at 9:45. So you are welcome and will be welcomed there. Have